Hey everyone, this is your Minion of the East, and welcome back to the Death Battle Reactions. On this episode, we've got the Dragonzord from Power Rangers versus Mechagodzilla, specifically Mechagodzilla 3 from the third series. For this episode, I'm going to be watching the full episode of Death Battle here, since I am very familiar with Power Rangers, as I've done with the last reaction when Power Rangers was on Death Battle with the Megazord versus Voltron. And I'm more of a casual when it comes to Godzilla, but I know most of the history thanks to James Rolfe and his Monster Menace on the Godzilla movies, and I watched some of the movies growing up. So I figured it's a nice middle ground that I do a full episode reaction here. Now, I'm not going to have much faith with the Power Rangers, considering their track record in Death Battle, since twice they've lost to opponents. And this is also mecha battles, but even then, that was also because of the league of their competition being so high up, and they're way out of the Rangers league. And this is also Tommy's second death battle, and this is before he got the white tiger powers. This is during his very early days when he was the Green Ranger. And the thing to keep in mind with the Dragonzord, it does not have its own Megazord form unless you use the other Rangers' Zords, say for the Red Ranger's Tyrannosaurus. So, unless they kept that little detail from the Tiger Zord fight, that Tommy can call upon the other Zords, then maybe the Dragonzord would have a chance. But I don't know, because Mechagodzilla is meant to take on Godzilla, and it's even made from the bones of the original Godzilla. So you're basically having a Power Ranger Megazord go up against a basically robotic version of a nuclear warhead. So I think just for pre-analysis, I'm going to have to give this to Mechagodzilla here. But we'll see how this goes. As usual, I've left the link to the full episode in the description box down below, so go watch the full episode first before I come in to see my videos. And with that said, let's look at the research in 3, 2, 1.
Whether they are benevolent deities or harbingers of doom, dragons are freaking awesome.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, especially the robot kind, like the Dragonzord, piloted by the Green Power Ranger.
Gotta love
And
it.
Kiru, the dangerous and mysterious Mechagodzilla.
He swears an
Yeah.
iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their
Ah, yeah,
weapons, armor,
Mechagodzilla
and
has a
skills
pilot
to
as
find
well.
out who would win a death battle.
And when I looked into the
After being stuck in a
behind the
garbage
scenes,
can
this is
for
being done by the
10,000
animators of
years,
Ruby,
the
so
evil
I know the
leader
animation is going to
also
look
was
good here.
Understandably pretty pissed. So she decided to destroy the world. Hey, I'd be mad too, but that's a hell of a hot take.
And so Earth's guardian, Zordon, put a plan into motion. 5 heroic teenagers would defend the planet with their dinosaurs.
Yep.
They were the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
You'd think a bunch of kids in spandex would have a tough time fighting an ancient witch, but they got used to taking out her weekly monsters pretty
Yeah.
quick, like a normal 9 to 5, just with giant robots.
But Rita had a plan. If her creatures could not defeat the heroes, she would create her own ranger.
The Green Ranger,
Tommy
along with
Oliver.
his robo-reptile, the Dragonzord.
Oh god, I love that tune for summoning the Dragonzord.
At 90 meters tall and nearly 200 tons, the Dragonzord proved a match for the other rangers, even their Megazord.
Dragonzord's
Yep.
got a heavy-duty arsenal, like finger missiles. It's like flicking the gunk from under your nails at people, but it explodes.
Why do you have gunk under your fingers?
To flick at people.
Oh
Duh.
jeez.
That fin isn't just a cool headpiece, it shoots energy waves. And if D-Zord feels like stomping around,
That's cool.
watch out for literally shocking
I think it's from the
earthquakes.
mobile game.
Despite such long-range weaponry, the Dragonzord seems best suited to fighting up close with its strong grappling arms and highly flexible
Yep.
drill tail. This
Wait,
drill
it's
is
got
so
tiny
impressive.
arms.
It cut through a cocoon prison even the supposedly superior Megazord couldn't escape.
Yeah, that thing's 5 Zords in
Yeah,
one.
it doesn't have that much
Guess
in
teamwork
terms of
doesn't always
arsenal.
make the dream work.
The Dragonzord's pilot has even bested the other Rangers in combat on his own. Luckily, they helped him break free from Rita's control, and he eagerly joined their fight against the forces of evil. This is Tommy Oliver.
Tommy wasn't just some rando off the street. This guy is an expert martial artist and super dedicated to ranger work.
Oh wow, they're
So much
including
so, he
all of
kept wearing
his.
the tights for years and even mentored other teams.
Okay, so
He
they're
summons
including
and controls the Dragonzord
his
with
other
the
stuff,
dragon dagger
including the
by
Master
playing it
Morpher.
like a flute. Wait, are all knives secretly flutes?
They've never, not been flutes.
Oh my god, really? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why didn't this come up in poultry science class?
Chickens don't like music?
How
I wonder if they're
stupid do
going
you
to
think I am?
include the
Chickens
comics,
love
considering
music.
that it's a different continuity.
Ah, this is what they mean by a sharp note.
As the Green Ranger, Tommy draws power from a universe-spanning energy called the Morphin Grid.
His grid connection powers the Dragonzord too. He's a superhero and a battery.
Though like most other Zords, enough damage can disrupt the Dragonzord's connection to the Morphin Grid and take it down for good.
Yep.
But good luck trying. The Dragonzord is super strong. It made short work of Rita's monsters and even beat the Megazord, which has an average power output of 50,000 megavolts. That's the same kind of power as a nuclear warhead.
The Megazord was strong enough to punch a 10,000-ton monster about 40
In the previous
meters off
episodes.
the ground. A punch worth 90 million newtons of force.
The Big D can even fly past escape velocity and reach the moon. That's over 30 times the speed of sound.
Okay, so they are including the
The
comics.
Dragonzord is also extremely durable, possibly more so than any other individual Zord of its generation. The Megazord once threw it into this mountain, which shattered. By comparing the known size of Dragonzord's foot to said mountain and applying the energy necessary for violent fragmentation against rock, we determined the destructive force to be worth more than 350 tons of TNT.
Damn! The big dragon held
So out
its own
underwater
against
was
the
punched on
upgraded
New York,
Thunder
but it tanked
Megazord, and
White
even
Tiger
one-shot
Zord's
the
Thunderbolts.
White Tiger Zord, which was supposed to be its better in every way.
While it's unlikely the Dragonzord could actually defeat the Thunder Megazord on its own, it certainly stands a chance with its ultimate form.
That's right. It's got
Okay.
a semi-Megazord mode
So
of
they
its
are
own.
including the
While
Megazord
each Power
form.
Ranger has their own Zord. There's been a few times when a Ranger has called on other Zords,
Mm-hmm.
not to pilot directly, just to combine with theirs.
And so, Tommy can summon the Mastodon, Triceratops, and Saber-Tooth Tiger Zords to form Dragonzord Fighting Mode. Or Battle Mode. Or Dragon Megazord. He never really settled on a name.
Well, it's mighty powerful and turns its tail into a drill spear that kills basically
Yeah.
everything in one shot.
Oh yeah, I forgot it
Seriously,
doesn't include the
never lost a
Pteranodon.
battle against anything Rita
I mean,
threw at it.
pterodactyl.
So, why don't they always use that?
And Rita's magic is devastating enough to obliterate an entire floating island.
Sadly, Tommy would lose his control of the Dragonzord when he lost his powers to his one weakness. A magic candle!
Yep.
Oh no! Look out for slowly dripping wax!
But powers or no powers, Tommy kept fighting the good fight, eventually regaining his original
We're
Morphin
focusing on
abilities
Ninja and
with
Shogun
the Master
Ultra Zords.
Morpher. Perhaps one day, the Dragonzord will rise again. Dragonzord!
Wait, so let me see the analysis. Dragonzord's parts were inexplicably seen on the Ninja and Shogun Ultra Zords. Older Zords have been salvaged to build new ones, so it's possible that this was its ultimate fate. Yeah, because we never see what happened to it after he lost his green
Regaining
powers.
his original Morphin abilities with the Master Morpher. Perhaps one day, the Dragonzord will rise again. Dragonzord!
Okay, so this is an older Tommy with the Master Morpher. So way more combat experience.
The year was 1954, less than a decade after Japan was bombarded with the first atomic weapons. The nuclear age had begun.
But one of these atomic weapons woke something up. Godzilla! This ginormous radioactive kaiju decimated Japan. Things looked pretty bad
Yeah.
until a scientist deployed a bomb strong enough to kill the monster. The Oxygen Destroyer, which does exactly what it says on the tin.
Right.
Oh,
Dr.
boy.
Serizawa's bomb could specifically target and destroy oxygen molecules, liquefying most living tissue. This weapon was so dangerous, Serizawa feared its very existence threatened the entire human
It's kind of funny
race.
how the scientist has an
So
eye
he
patch.
went down martyr style, taking out Godzilla and all knowledge of his weird bomb. All that remained was Godzilla's bones.
Probably for the best. Still, a weapon like that might have come in handy when, a few decades later, another Godzilla showed up.
Surprise, bitches!
Turns out, Japan had been the target of many different types of kaiju for years, and had developed an anti-monster defense force to
Yeah,
combat
Japan
them.
really needs to get the military to
Unfortunately, their super
confront
powerful maser cannons
all these
barely
kaiju.
even scratched this new Godzilla. Just look at him. Doesn't even care.
Like the oxygen destroyer before, Japan needed a new weapon to combat Godzilla. They gathered their foremost experts in the fields of robotics, microwaves, low-temperature physics,
Microwaves.
and someone whose work can only be described as cyber necromancy. Together, these leading scientists developed a revolutionary weapon like nothing before.
Mechagodzilla 3.
Mechagodzilla!
Sure, technically this isn't the first Mechagodzilla we've seen, but it's certainly the deadliest and the most unique. So much so, it was given its own distinct name. Kiru, a combination of kanji meaning machine and dragon.
Hear you? Sounds lame. I'll stick with
Multi-purpose
Mechagodzilla.
controlled
thank
via
you.
DNA computers.
Standing 60 meters tall.
2 hours.
weighing
Yeah, it has a battery life.
40,000 tons with full gear. This badass cyber monster is loaded with all sorts of weapons. Rocket launchers, rail cannons, grappling wires, spinning
Whew, yep.
drill hands,
It's
a
got the
battery
works.
rammed jetpack, and even retractable Assassin's Creed blades with an extra zap. And just like Zilla himself, Mecha G fires laser beams from his mouth. This twin maser cannon is twice as powerful as the maser guns that successfully killed other non-Godzilla giant monsters.
Kiru is certainly skilled in melee combat and is surprisingly athletic for its size.
Look at it go!
However, with its enormous arsenal, it is far better suited to long-range strikes.
Yeah.
Like with its ultimate weapon, the Absolute Zero Cannon.
Damn! So it's like a super ice beam?
As the name suggests, it unequivocally brings its target's temperature to absolute zero, or 0 Kelvin. But this beam isn't just freezing its target, it's literally destroying all of its existing energy at once. A practically impossible feat of physics. This results in crushing the entire target from within at an atomic level.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like an
Zilla!
insta
Speaking
kill.
of which, Kiru is actually built around the skeletal remains of the original Godzilla, giving him all the size and strength of the King of the Monsters.
So it's kinda like they're pulling off a robotic Weekend at Bernie's with old man Godzilla's bones? Amazing.
Kiru also utilizes biochemical and molecular-based DNA computers, which are actually based on real-life experimental technology. This infused Godzilla's own DNA to improve
Alright, so they are
operation
using
speeds and
their
give
own
Kiru
comics as well.
subconscious motor control, sort of a simple AI, which lets it perform some limited actions on its own, exactly like my own Cyber Goose. With the skeleton of a goose and some extra parts I had lying around, I say he's a masterpiece of modern science.
Oh god.
Well, he's got 2 heads now, so do we call him a goose or a geese?
It's a goose. Just one goose.
But 2 heads make 2 goose, therefore a geese.
It's a goose!
Oh yeah, this version's much better.
Kiru is piloted by Lieutenant Akane Yashiro, a longtime member of the Anti-Megalosaurus Force, and your standard self-loathing anime protagonist.
She thinks she's worthless because she has no parents and
Former Master
accidentally
Cannon
got some of
operator.
her friends killed. So now nobody really likes her, which is, real bummer. But hey, cheer up, lady! You get to fight giant lizards with a big-ass killer robot, and that's freaking awesome!
Akane doesn't technically pilot from within Kiru, but rather from a nearby jet plane, the AC-3 White Heron, which can fly over 900 kilometers per hour. Under Akane's control,
Alright.
Kiru has battled Godzilla several times, and always came out on top.
But, plot twist, Akane isn't Mechagodzilla's only pilot. It turns out there's someone else behind the controls. A ghost in the machine. It's the spirit of the original Godzilla! Surprising!
Yeah.
It's Ghost Robot!
The DNA mind of Godzilla can wrestle the mech from Akane at any point, causing her to lose complete control.
Giving the king another chance to trash Japan again! Always fun to read.
Yeah, not a bright
Though
idea.
it is strongly implied Akane and Kiru came to an understanding of sorts, realizing that they were each shadows of a tragic past struggling to find purpose in life.
Like college roommates.
Regardless of who is steering the ship, Kiru is an extremely tough machine.
He's lifted and thrown Godzilla around like a sack of potatoes, and this version of the Big G weighed 25,000 tons.
Kiru
Yeah.
actually survived being at the epicenter of its own Absolute Zero blast, and multiple direct hits from Godzilla's atomic breath attack.
Which is even strong enough to overpower the Absolute Zero.
Kiryu is even fast enough to dodge the atomic breath, which, based on this instance where an older Mechagodzilla forced the beam into space, likely travels faster than Mach 2 speeds. Kiryu itself could also fly from Alaska to the middle of Russia while carrying
Destroyer.
another kaiju in just a few minutes. Given how quickly Kiryu's fuel burns in flight, in order to make it, Kiryu was likely flying around Mach 40.
But
That's fast.
Sadly the Mecha Monster's biggest flaw. Its battery life is worse than the goddamn Nintendo Switch.
While the White Herons can use microwave tech to recharge Kiryu on the fly, a full charge only runs for about 2 hours at most. And using more intensive features like jet flight and the Absolute Zero cannon drains it much, much faster.
Oh boy.
In fact, just one use of the Absolute Zero drains 40%.
But who cares? When he's so badass, he can tear you apart in just a few minutes. With all this power at his metal fingertips, this is one epic machine. No man or beast stands a chance against the might of Mechagodzilla.
桐生お前にはわかるよね。さあそろそろ行こうか。
Alrighty. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Who do I think will win now? Considering Mechagodzilla's got a battery life, that could be one of its major downfalls. However, it is also much faster than the Megazord. I mean, given how the Megazords were beforehand, they're pretty bulky, especially the Dragonzord. The ace in the hole for Mechagodzilla has the Absolute Zero cannon, and the Dragonzord has no counter defenses for it. Plus, the pilot for Mechagodzilla has more experience being in the military, unless we count Tommy. The version we're using is his teenage version or his current adult version where he uses the Master Morpher with all of his past experience. Given everything we've seen about Mechagodzilla, I still gotta say he's gonna be the victor in this fight. So we'll see how this goes. So yeah, Mechagodzilla. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Alright.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Oh, and dragons!
And this is being done by the animators of Ruby, and yeah, this looks good. Oh god, we're right in the middle of the fight already. Oh jeez. Wow, I really like the lighting and the shading right here. Looks real incredible.
Nice work, Dragonzord. Let's crush this tin can.
Oof. I wonder who they got for the voice of Tommy. Oh jeez. Put a cork in it. Mmm.
目標確認。総称は警備。慎重に行こう。
Okay. Whew. Yeah, they're more mobile in this animation. Yeah, this looks really good. Oh. Dismounted the rockets.
アブソリュートゼロ起動。
Oh wow, already going for it.
Oh no, you don't.
Oh, a shockwave. Come on.
桐生今行く。
Mechagodzilla, I know you got this. Take out the pilot, and Mechagodzilla will still be fighting.
負けないで桐生。お前だけが頼るよ。
Yep, she's down. Time for the spirit of the original Godzilla to take hold. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now it's all unhinged. Oof. Oh boy. Come on! You got this! But Tommy still got the other Megazords. Oof.
This isn't working.
Yep.
We need more power.
Here we go.
Come together.
Time for the fighting modes.
Fighting mode. Powered up and ready for action. Let's finish this.
Oh boy. Gonna activate the absolute zero cannon again. Whew. So, oh, damn. Come on. Still got a fighting chance. Oh, there's the drill. Woo! Nice dodge. Ooh.
Keep going. We've got this.
Oh, it's gonna fire the cannon. Yep.
Oh no. Pull back. Pull back.
Sorry, Tommy. This is your second loss. Too late. Yep. That was the end of it. Yep, that was it.
Oh man, talk about a close one.
Finding the victor here wasn't easy. Both have performed amazing feats of strength and durability, and both wielded massive arsenals of unbelievable devastation.
Akane definitely proved herself fighting Godzilla a few times, though Tommy did have way more experience piloting mechs and fighting monsters for years and years. Plus, he's a friggin' superhero.
Okay, so they
But
did
while
include
skill
the
and
adult form.
experience are incredibly important, it doesn't always triumph over raw power.
That's what she said. I hope.
Compared to Kiru, the Dragonzord was rather lightweight, with far less impressive feats of strength.
Yeah, well, Dragonzord could match the Megazord,
Yep.
who could lift a 10,000-ton monster. Mechagodzilla tossed around a 25,000-ton Godzilla, more than double the weight. Mecha G certainly had the advantage up close.
And also from a distance. Kiru's arsenal was overall better suited to long-range combat thanks to a wider assortment of missile and
Yeah, I
weapons.
forgot to include that.
Simply put, Kiru possessed more options for controlling and ending this fight.
Like how they both had instant kill moves, but only one of those depended on getting right up close. Plus, while fighting mode's max power wasn't too clear, it could compete with the Thunder Megazord and Rita herself.
Remember how Rita blew up an island? Easily one of the most impressive destruction feats in the Ranger's early years. Based on this image, we can measure the exact scale of the island.
To blow that shit up, you'd need a blast of at least 2.6 gigatons of TNT. So Dragonzord's Ultra Drill Stab was likely in the same ballpark in terms of power output.
However, this pales in comparison to the Absolute Zero Cannon. Here, it's destroying the real-life Prince Hotel New Tower and several surrounding buildings. Using the known scale of these structures, the energy output to destroy them must equal 128 teratons of TNT.
Way more.
Over 49,000 times more powerful. And don't forget, Mega G once survived being in the middle of this blast. There was no way Dragonzord could put down this tough son of a Zilla.
Dragonzord's arsenal and
Man.
skill certainly made this an
So this was a pretty
intense
close
match, but They
fight.
were clearly outclassed by Kiru's awesome power and unwavering durability.
I'm just glad they didn't let the fight drag on.
The
Ow.
winner is Kiru.
Mechagodzilla!
Hey, thanks for watching this.
Nicely
episode. If you
animated
want the
fight.
Battle music for yourself. You can get it by clicking the link in the description below.
And check out on the right side of the screen next to Ben, you can watch more stuff.
All right, next time on Death Battle. Sasuke versus... Ooh. Hiei. Oh. That's going to be interesting. Ooh. We'll see how that one turns out. But yeah, I gotta give props to the actual animators from Ruby doing this episode. This was very fast paced, especially with two characters that are pretty bulky and slow. I mean, even in their source material, they were guys in suits, but they made with what they could use. And for this fight to be very close, that got me on the edge of my seat right there. I really love this episode. Really great. But man, Power Rangers just cannot take a break. This is their third consecutive loss in the series. Tigerzord lost, the original Megazord lost, and the Dragonzord lost. I wonder if we'll be getting more Power Rangers fights. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe for more videos. And if you like this video, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. So, with that said, this has been your Man in the East, and until next time, take care.